wasn't gonna say, hi guys. It's over, it happened. It happened. You guys, it is such an honor to be here with you all today. I want you to know first, before we even get started about anything, that you are the elite in this company. You are the top percent of people in this industry. Because only the very best people in any field will take the time and make the sacrifice to come so far for a conference like this. And in the 21st century, knowledge and know-how are the keys to success. So congratulations for being here.
Woo!
Okay, I have a little secret. I have a secret, and I'm going to share it with you. But you can't tell the trifecta that I told you this. I can't see if they're over there, but if they are, earmuffs. So 2 minutes. It's earmuffs. You can't know this part. Guys, I've been on the Monations stage before, but the first time I was not invited. I crashed it. Don't tell them. They were calling names for new MMEs, and I was too new, so my name was not called. I wasn't on the list. But I wasn't MMB, so I'm like, I'm going up there. Houston, my first Monations. Maybe I was like, these people will never see me again. I'm going up there. No, but I marched right up. I had Samantha Kelly take my photo. I did this wonky move across the stage. Talk about flying under the radar, right? I'd like to assure you I was invited today. And it's because I want to share with you 4 things that since this day have supercharged the pace of my business. And they're things that you can start doing today. The first one is belief. The girl in that photo believed it. From day one, she believed it because she had to. Because believing in the life I was living wasn't working anymore, wasn't changing anything, and wasn't getting me any closer to any of my goals or living the life I was really proud of. So I chose to believe in something kind of crazy, because sometimes when things seem too good to be true, they can be good and true, and you don't have to believe the lie that nothing great ever comes along. We start this business as one and for one, and the power of duplication is what makes us a team of many for many. Let me show you what happens when you foster an environment for duplication. The first photo on the left is my very first Monations in Houston. I went with my first market partner, Jamie, and one other girl who was on my team but has since quit. And we were just a couple weeks into our business. Fast forward to my second year Monations, and that photo is just a fraction of the team that was in attendance. This year, we didn't get our team photo in yet, but I think you might be able to hear them. So if you're on my team, can you make some noise? It's been said that network marketing is the great equalizer. It matters not where you came from, your past circumstances, the way the world has defined you. What matters is the actions that you take. When you take action, it inspires action, and people model what they see, which makes their organization grow and duplicate. This is the second step. You have to go first so that others may follow. So, how do you start this movement? Take a look at this video.
ladies and gentlemen, at TED we talk a lot about leadership and how to make a movement. So let's watch a movement happen, start to finish, in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons from it. First, of course you know, a leader needs the guts to stand out and be ridiculed. But what he's doing is so easy to follow. So here's his first follower with a crucial role. He's going to show everyone else how to follow. Now notice that the leader embraces him as an equal. So now it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Now there he is calling to his friends. Now if you notice that the first follower is actually an underestimated form of leadership in itself. It takes guts to stand out like that. The first follower is what transforms a lone nut into a leader. And here comes a second follower. Now it's not a lone nut, it's not two nuts, 3 is a crowd, and the crowd is news. So a movement must be public. It's important to show not just the leader, but the followers, because you find that new followers emulate the followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, and immediately after, 3 more people. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point. Now we've got a movement. So, notice that as more people join in, it's less risky. So those that were sitting on the fence before now have no reason not to. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, but they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. So, over the next minute, you'll see all of the those that prefer to stick with the crowd, because eventually they would be ridiculed for not joining in. And that's how you make a movement. But let's recap some lessons from this. So first, if you are the type, like the shirtless dancing guy, that is standing alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals. So it's clearly about the movement, not you. Okay, but we might have missed the real lesson here. The biggest lesson, if you noticed, did you catch it? Is that leadership is over-glorified. That yes, it was the shirtless guy was first, and he'll get all the credit. But it was really the first follower that transformed the lone nut into a leader. So as we're told that we should all be leaders, that would be really ineffective. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join in. And what a perfect place to do that, TED. Thanks.
Okay, so you have to believe. You have to be willing to take action. You have to be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable and maybe look a little crazy until people join your movement. Many times I'll hear people say, gee, okay, I believe it, I'll do it, I'm willing to take action, tell me what it is I need to do. So I narrowed it down to 5 critical actions, and I train my team on these 5 steps to take every single day in their business. If you're taking notes, it's a good time to start writing these things down. The first one is self-development. Guys, I'll be the first one to admit that before I got into network marketing, I thought this step was lame. I imagined that embarrassing self-help aisle at the bookstore that no one wants to be caught in. I imagined someone chanting to me, and I might date myself with this 90s Saturday Night Live reference, but does anyone remember, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, doggone it, people like me. That's what I thought it was. I didn't know the power of finding the right style of self-development. And I didn't realize that there are so many different ways to pour into yourself, or that once you find someone who resonates with you, it can shift your entire mindset. So I start my day with this step, and I encourage you to do the same, because it's hard to not be motivated when you feed your brain with daily motivation. I'm a big fan of Audible books and podcasts and things like that I can do while I multitask. The second step is growing your network. So whether you start this business with a massive network or just a few friends, there's gonna come a time where you need to expand your circle. And the earlier you can get good at this skill, the more consistent your business will become. Connecting with new people daily keeps new eyes on your opportunity and new customers coming in, which we're going to talk a little bit more about in step number 3. But something that's so important when you're growing your network is staying authentic and genuine. I know it's common to follow successful people in this business and start to feel like you have to be like them to get to where they are. But don't forget that there's power in who you are too. You have a voice and you have a story, and that is going to resonate with people, and you'll only find them if you let that voice and your story out. The people who choose to partner with you might never want to partner with me, and that's part of what makes this such an even playing field and why it's so important to stay true to who you are. It's also just easier to design content, write posts, reply to messages when you aren't worried about being anything that you're not. It builds confidence in yourself and in your teams when you prove that network marketing truly can be a come-as-you-are type of environment, where our unique personalities and differences can be our strongest assets. So gone are the days of scripts and copy-paste posts, and embracing your own style and making it fun is the key. The third step is inviting, and depending on your calendar, this step is going to vary each month. But the key is inviting people in a thoughtful way to something every single day. What you're inviting them to could be a meet money, a wine and wash, inviting them to try samples, inviting them to watch a video or hear more about the business. Take time to build relationships with people, because the new people in your network, as you're working on action step 2, should never be the same people that you're inviting to something until you've warmed up that relationship by forging a deeper connection. Getting the courage to reach out to people in a casual, low-pressure way will not only grow your business, but you're also modeling to your prospects that they could do this too. Remember, to find the best market partners, you have to first show them what being a Mon 8 market partner looks like. So keep that in mind too. What will attract people, and would this interaction be something that others feel like they could do too? So many times people will say, I would love to do what you do. Have you guys heard this? I would love to do what you do, but I don't want to be that girl selling stuff on social media. It's going to be your job to demonstrate that you're not that girl either, and they don't have to be. People, whether you know it or not, are watching you, and they're deciding if this is something that they could or would even want to do. So the way you run your business is what they're gauging this off of. So put yourself in that mindset as you're taking these action steps. The fourth one is follow-up, and there's a reason it's cliche to say the fortune is in the follow-up, because it is. As you're growing your network and inviting people to learn more, you have to manage your follow-up. Make lists. Don't rely on your memory for this. It's so much more common for someone to commit to an order or join your business after multiple exposures, not usually on their first one. So remember that. And you don't have to be pesky, but you do have to be consistent. Consistency is also number 5. This builds trust in your network and belief in your organization. If you are being consistent with daily activity in your business, your team won't feel your passion, and your prospects are not taking you seriously as someone they should partner with. But when you are consistent, your passion and excitement shine through every day, and people start to conclude that you're someone they want to link arms with because you're clearly dedicated. Consumers will take notice of the products and what they're doing for you when you're consistently highlighting your testimony and those of your customers. So, we believe, we take action, and then we start to compare ourselves a little bit. Raise your hand if you have ever seen someone's rank advancement or new Cadillac cross your timeline and your first thought to yourself was, oh, what am I doing wrong? Or how did she get all those customers? Thank you for being honest, I've done it too. I've done it. Comparison can be a healthy motivator though, if you harness it instead of letting it discourage you. This is why using comparison as social proof can actually supercharge your business, and it's number 3. Consider this. Okay, my story is about to start with, in 1954, which sounds like it's going to be boring, but I promise it's not. In May of 1954, Roger Bannister was the first person to run a mile in under 4 minutes. For decades, runners have been striving against the clock, but this elusive 4-minute time had always beaten them. No one had ever done it. So it had to be impossible, right? It had become as much a psychological barrier as a physical one. And when Bannister broke that record, the circumstances defied the confident predictions of the best minds in the sport. Because experts believed they knew the precise conditions under which the record would fall. It would have to be perfect weather, 68 degrees, no wind, on a particular kind of track, and in front of a huge crowd cheering the runner on to his best ever performance. But Bannister did it on a cold day, on a wet track, at a small meet. And when Bannister broke the mark, others saw that it could be done, and they did it too. Just 46 days later, John Landy, an Australian runner, broke his record by almost 2 full seconds. Then, just a year later, 3 runners broke the 4-minute barrier in the same race. And in the 65 years since, more than 1,000 runners have conquered a barrier that had once been considered hopelessly out of reach. Impossible even. Well, what goes for runners can go for leaders running organizations, right? In business, progress does not move in straight lines. Things which were once considered unreachable become a benchmark, something for others to shoot for. That's Bannister's true lesson for all of us who see the role of leadership as doing things that haven't been done before. So next time you're tempted to see someone else's celebration as a reason to feel hopeless, reframe your thoughts and tell yourself, if she did it, that means I can.
Woo!
The runners of the past have been held back by a mindset that said they could never break this record. When that mental limit was lifted, the other runners saw that the impossible was possible. So celebrate the wins of each other because they're proof that it's possible. Cheer the loudest for each other because it's proof that you're possible. Use it as fuel to the fire in your belly to succeed. So my 2nd grader came home with homework last year. She's in 3rd grade now. And she had to answer simple questions about animals, right? Biggest animal. Oh, nobody knows that one? It's easy. Elephant. Smartest animal, a fox. Tallest animal, a giraffe. And at the bottom, it said lions are the kings of the jungle. Why? Because lions have courage. Lions are strong and loyal leaders. Lions live in prides and they hunt cooperatively. You don't have to be the biggest, the smartest, or have the largest network or the most Instagram followers to be a lion in this business. And the conditions don't have to be perfect. You just have to believe in the power of your own capabilities. Take action, unify, and use the 4th key, which is to follow the tools Money has developed. They've been developed for you. They aid in duplication when you use them and teach them. Onboarding, the Meet Money booklet, the hair quiz, the Market Partner Training Academy, events, 3-way calls, these are all proven to work and duplicate. So make sure that they're focused parts of your strategy. Which seems more likely? a brand new market partner masters the entire product line, or they learn how to optimize the hair quiz. A new market partner effectively hosts a large opportunity event, or they invite their network to hear from an established leader who speaks about the opportunity. We often say this is a learn as you earn type of pay plan, and when you maximize the tools provided, you're never too new to get going. You're going to learn and grow and get better along the way, but you won't feel like you need to know everything, and your team will duplicate because it's not overly complicated and there's a plan. You're not a leader when you go MMB. You're not a leader when you get your car. You're not a leader when you hit director. You're a leader in this business when you believe it, when you take action, when you celebrate the success around you, because it's proof that you're possible, and when you teach the tools to others. Guys, I don't know what my life would look like if I hadn't taken a chance on money. If I hadn't gone all in from the beginning, if I hadn't have chosen to continue learning from my mistakes instead of surrendering to them. If I hadn't made the decision to succeed no matter what, because I needed this to work. I want you to be able to say that. So you don't have to say, I wonder what my life would look like if I would have really given that my all. How powerful is it that we have the opportunity to offer this to others? That there are people out there who you might not even know yet, and they're going to take your hand in this and change the trajectory of their entire life. And you gave it to them. You just have to walk it first so they can find you. The road's been paved for you. The systems work, the opportunity is here, and after this weekend, it is bigger than ever. So declare it for yourself today. And don't give yourself the room to say, I wonder.